When you are dealing with a narcissistic personality, especially the quieter, more hidden kind, what we call a covert narcissist, an emotional injury is not experienced as a simple disagreement. It is experienced as exposure, as humiliation, as a threat to the very image they have built to survive. And when that image cracks, even slightly, the response can be extreme. I want you to understand this clearly. The rage you see in that moment is not always loud at first. It can be cold, calculated, precise. But make no mistake, it is rage. They will not sit with what you said. They will not reflect. They will not meet you in honesty. They will move to protect themselves. And that protection can look like destruction. They may begin to rewrite the story. Suddenly, you are the unstable one, the difficult one, the one who caused all of this. They will take private moments and twist them. They will speak to others, carefully choosing people who will agree with them. Often those who already feel small in themselves, those who will not question the narrative. And slowly, a campaign begins. Not always obvious, not always loud, but deeply damaging. You may notice that people start treating you differently. Conversations feel strained. There is distance where there used to be warmth, and you are left wondering, what changed? What changed is this? You touched the part of them they cannot face, and instead of facing it, they turned outward. I have seen families fracture this way. I have seen partners lose their sense of reality trying to defend themselves against something that keeps shifting. One moment it is anger, the next it is victimhood, then silence, then subtle attacks again. It feels like standing near a volcano that no one else can see. What makes this even more confusing is that after the explosion, there is often a shift, a softening. They may come back calmer, maybe even kind, as if nothing really happened, or they might say just enough to keep you there, without ever truly taking responsibility. And this is where many people get pulled back in, because you start to question yourself again. You think, maybe I pushed too far. Maybe I should have handled it differently. Maybe they are not as bad as I thought. But what you are experiencing is not resolution. It is a cycle. Rage, followed by distance, followed by just enough connection to keep the bond alive. And over time, this creates something very powerful. You stop focusing on what they did and start focusing on how to avoid triggering it again. You become more careful, more watchful, more silent. Not because you have healed the relationship, but because you are trying to survive it. And this is the part people rarely talk about. It is not just the outbursts that do the damage. It is the way your world slowly starts to revolve around managing someone else's reactions. So if you recognize yourself here, pause for a moment and ask yourself something gently, not critically. When did I start feeling responsible for someone else's emotional explosions? Because the answer to that question is often the beginning of waking up. And here is the difficult truth. If you are thinking about confronting or exposing someone like this, you must be prepared, not just for a reaction, but for a pattern. Because this is not about one moment. It is about what follows. You are not dealing with someone who wants resolution. You are dealing with someone who needs control to feel intact. So before you step into that space, ask yourself something very honestly. Am I ready for what may come after? Not to scare you, but to ground you. Because awareness is what protects you. And if you are already in it, if you recognize this pattern as I speak, then hear this clearly. You are not imagining it. You are not overreacting. And you are not losing your mind. You are responding to something that is deeply disorienting by design. So take your clarity seriously. Protect your peace where you can. And do not underestimate the intensity of what can be triggered when someone feels exposed. Sometimes the most powerful move is not proving your point. It is protecting your sanity. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I will see you in the next one.